It's time for the Balloon Pop review for the Wii. Balloon Pop is basically a game you would find on Miniclip or PopCap.com, or better yet, this could definitely pass off as a WiiWare game. There is very little content, but that doesn't necessarily make it a bad game. The story is... well, it's made for kids, I'll just put it at that. The Earth has been attacked by the Balloon Bandit.
Mike!
Where he has sealed away the 4 seasons into his magical chicken. I mean balloons. Magical balloons. So to break the seal and retrieve the seasons, you have to pop the magical balloons. So yeah, the story is... yeah. If you've ever played Bejeweled before, you'll basically know how to play this game. If you haven't, oh man, you're gonna have such a hard time due to the complexity of this game. Well, not really. It's very simple. You have to move the balloons so that at least 3 of them are adjacent to their identical counterparts in order for them to pop. Once you add a 3rd balloon to its own group, a timer will start where it will give you like 3 to 5 seconds to connect more and more balloons to their own groups, which will reset the timer again. If the timer runs out, or you can't create any more groups of balloons in the set amount of time, the group balloons will pop, creating big combos for lots of points, which is the main element of this game, points. In the story mode, you have to stay alive by popping the descending balloons while going through the 12 months. The balloon's rate of descent will increase over time, making it harder to stay alive. There are over 100 levels, but really, you only need to survive until you've played a while in December. After that, you don't have to keep playing, but I gotta say, this game is pretty addicting and you'll probably want to keep going like I did. The graphics are... okay, I guess. They are colorful, but it's really nothing special. But actually, I really don't think the developers care too much on the visuals. I found the controls to work pretty well. To move a balloon, point with the Wiimote, hold down A on the balloon you want to move, then give the Wiimote a little flick in the direction you want to move the balloon in. In puzzle mode, you have to figure out how to pop all of the balloons in a set amount of moves to advance. There's also multiplayer where you can go up against the computer or your friends to see who can survive the longest. Now player 1 gets to use the motion control scheme, while player 2 has to use the D-pad and 2 button to move the balloons. That's just weird. Was it too much for this game to have 2 Wiimotes pointing at the screen at the same time? And also, I didn't like using the D-pad and 2 button control scheme because it would barely work for me. My brother was the other way around though. He liked using the D-pad and not the motion control, so I guess it's different for each person. Balloon Pop is an okay and surprisingly addictive game. Wow, I'm already at the end of this review again. So anyway, although the graphics are nothing special and the music is catchy but can become very annoying after listening to it for so long, and there is very little content, and there really isn't any reason you come back to play it, it's still not a bad game. Now even though I said it's an addictive game, you have to understand it's only addictive while you're playing it. It's not one of those games you'll come back to over and over, like my beloved Brawl. But this is definitely one of those games where you don't judge a book by its cover. I know it's most likely a game nobody would ever think to buy, and I completely understand why you wouldn't. It may not look like much on the outside, and... well, it doesn't really have that much on the inside either, but the game is exactly what the developers intended it to be, and if you ever do play it, you might be surprised and have a good time with it. This game gets a 3 out of 5 with the title of good.